Welcome. Here we are on Wirecast. I told you I'd be bringing you a tutorial on how to make stingers for Wirecast Pro. Not only how to make stingers, but how to bring sound in with your stinger so you can customize your stingers. And what we'll be doing here is we'll be customizing our stinger in Premiere Pro, Adobe Premiere Pro. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm gonna show you is how a stinger actually works. So if I want to take myself off the screen, we just go here and then I'm gonna click. So you see my stinger. Now you see right here where this yellow part is lit, that's the list that I'm using to get that stinger. So I will go all the way down to the bottom, see all those list of stingers. I can pick from that list which stinger I want to use. And that's the stinger that I used for here. Now if I want to switch stingers and use a different stinger, I can switch to another list and bring myself on using that stinger. And it's the same thing here. I can go down here and pick a stinger. So a lot of times I keep a default transition in one of these stinger lists or transitions lists, so I can switch back to that default stinger or transition if I want to use it in that way. So I'm just going to take this one off. I'm going to go get a basic transition, like a cross dissolve, and then see, basic transition. So I can keep one in that list and switch between the two. Now, here's how you make a stinger. So let's take ourselves back off the screen, and let's use this stinger to get off the screen. So you see, so what you would do would come up here to where it says switch in Wirecast Pro, hit that switch, come down that list, you see where it say manage stinger transitions. Okay, once I click that, this is where I add my stingers. So even though I got a list of stingers here, I can hit this plus button, and now I can go get a stinger from my files if I got stingers in this file that I want to make. So let's cancel that out, and then let's close this. Now, let's switch over to Premiere Pro. Okay, so here we are in Premiere Pro, and it's real simple if you're gonna make a stinger. So I'm just gonna use I'm gonna import some art. So I'm gonna import, let's go here to my end screen, end card. I'm gonna import my logo. So let's import my logo. Let's put that on the timeline. Let's bring that down, effects control. So I'm gonna bring that right here. Now, I only want this to be about maybe 2 seconds. I'm gonna make it about 2:15, but 2:14, about right there. And I'm gonna bring that in. So that's the length. Now, I'm gonna go get me a sound effect, and I'm gonna import that sound effect, which documents, where's my stock video and audio? There it is. So I'm gonna go here, give me a little audio. I'm looking for a deep, down, deep, low, swoosh. I'm gonna bring that in. Let's bring that up on the line. So now, we got a nice little thing, right? So let's see that. Okay, now we got a nice little thing here as far as the sound and the logo. So let's do that. So now, what I wanna do, I'm going to go back here. I'm going to hit my logo in effects control. Those of you who know Premiere, you know you got to hit your time watches to create a frame. So I'm going to scale this down to nothing. Then I'm going to come about midway, and I'm going to scale this up to cover my whole screen. And then we're going to scale it back down. Okay, so now let's see what happened. Okay, so let's export this as a stinger. So we're going to name it Logo Stinger. Logo Stinger. Hit save. and then we're going to export. See how fast that exported? It's only 2 seconds. Now, let's go back to Wirecast. Now, we're in Wirecast. As I told you earlier, when you want to bring a stinger in, you go up to Switch, come down to Manage Stingers, and then you hit this plus sign, and we go to our documents, which we come here. I hit documents, and now, what was it? Logo stinger. Let's see if we can find logo stinger. It's right here. So now we want to hit that, open. So now in my list of stingers, go all the way to the bottom, you're going to find my latest stinger is a logo stinger. Now here's the thing. We can play that. You don't hear any sound, do you? But if you go up here to the right, hit include audio, and make sure you look at the default volume, which is 0. But if you bring that volume up to 100, now you can hear it. And you can adjust the sound depending on how mellow you might want it to be. But I want it at 100 because I want it to dominate the video. So let's close that. Now, when I want to use it, I go into my list of stingers, which is your basic default transitions that come with Wirecast Pro. These are all the ones that I added. I'm going to hit logo stinger. So now I'm going to take myself off the screen with my logo stinger. You see where logo stinger is yellow, where I can have a default transition is whatever you want it to be. So let's just say flip over will be my default. Make sure the one you want to use is yellow. So now when I take myself off the screen, you see, we got our stinger. Now, if I want to use my default flip over, you'll see I switch this list. And now, when I take myself off the screen, it's just going to flip me over. When I put myself back, it's going to flip me back. And if I want to go back and use the custom stinger, it's just same thing, sound and all. So that's pretty much simple how you make a custom stinger in Premiere Pro, bring it into Wirecast Studio Pro, and use it as a stinger, or as in some cases, a transition. Now, you can use anything. We just used our basic logo. We didn't really put no background or real artistic or creative flow into it. We just wanted you to see the process. So maybe in a future tutorial, we'll show you how to make an actual stinger, full-fledged with creative flow that you can use in your projects, much like some of the other stingers that you see us use. For example, this stinger here, you see, where it simply takes up the full screen. So you can create all these custom stingers or third-party plugins on your own. Okay, so that's pretty much it. That's how you make stingers in Wirecast Pro. And as we showed you, you bring them into your list. You can use them by choice. You got 2 selections. You can use a regular basic transition, or you can use your stingers. You can line them up depending on how you want to use them. And there they are. You can use them with sound, or you can use them without sound. So till next time, make sure you go over to youtube.com, Steppers Express, hit that subscribe and the like button. Peace.